Live from Elmhurst, Pennsylvania, a real happening place. It's Frank the Lunatic Rants. That's right, everyone. Got a rant and piss and moan today. Got a great one. First of all, I want to extend a very, very big thank you to our former has-been governor, Governor Corbett, for screwing Pennsylvania all the way into the time that you're been out of office. What this yambag did was, of course, kept raising our gas taxes. We already have the highest fuel tax in the entire country, higher than California, Hawaii, or New York. Well, the last installment of his gas hike, fuel tax hike, goes through January 1st. Another 6 cents. We're already paying just about 60 cents a gallon in taxes as it is to the state, on top of the federal fuel tax. People have already started raising their prices, first of all. So we're already up to, places are already charging $2.50 something a gallon and that. So they're basically saying probably by the summertime, expect us to be paying close to $3 a gallon for fuel. Wonderful. Thank you, Governor Corbett. Anyway, so what this whole fuel tax raise thing was supposed to do was supposed to help our roads and bridges. Because here's the other problem. For years and years, through his administration and the previous Democratic administration, our roads were neglected. Bridges weren't inspected. Things weren't done properly. Eventually, the federal government caught up on that. And they said you have until a certain deadline date to get this long list of roads and bridges taken care of. Because there's issues. We have bridges that were literally falling down. They had years to do this shit. But of course they didn't. They were taking the money from the fuel taxes that we were already paying that were supposed to be going to the roads and bridges, and through a loophole in our laws, we're able to funnel the money into other programs. Like expanding PennDOT. Worthless bunch of yambags they are. Not all of them, but in general, the whole PennDOT organization itself. Not saying the workers, but the organization and how it works. So anyhow, this whole thing has gone and biting us in the ass, basically. All these roads have to be done. This is why we're paying out the ass for this. But of course, the way the law was written, it can't be reversed, and be almost impossible to reverse it. And the gas tax will always be in here, up this high, even once everything is fixed. So I'll tell you what, we better have the most golden freaking roads on the face of the planet if we're going to be paying 60-something cents a gallon forever for our roads. Because I'll tell you what, the increase has been going on for a while. It started when he was in office, and he's been out of office now, I think, for 2 years. Our roads ain't that much better. It's still crappy. Still very, very, very crappy. A lot of our roads are. Though still don't know what the hell they're doing with all the money. Not doing a great job plowing, I'll tell you that much. But yes, once again, thank you, former Governor Corbett. I'm sure a lot of people will be crying when the day you pass. Yep, parades in the streets. Still not going to matter, though, because the effect of what you've done is going to be around to haunt us for a long time. But speaking of roads and PennDOT, have you noticed it takes forever, and I mean forever, for them to complete a project? For example, there's a bridge down in Maplewood that about 2 or 3 years ago they said was supposed to be done, and it kept getting put off, and it's a small bit of a thing. I don't know, a car length wide, maybe 2, I mean it's little, maybe 2 car lengths. They closed the road down this spring. The road is still closed. They tore out the bridge, but they haven't done squat since then. and they don't plan on touching anything to probably the summer of 2017. They're saying maybe by the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, this little 2-car length bridge will be finished. Really, PennDOT? Are you kidding me? I could drive around right now, and I may even do this one day on one of my rants, especially when the better weather comes around, and actually post pictures of these jam bags sitting around at job sites. It's incredible. Do you ever see them pave a road? There's about 100 friggin' road workers. There really are, with only a couple of them working, and the rest sitting around with their friggin' hands up their backsides, literally. And I'll tell you what, Flagger Force would do a much better job at directing traffic than they do at some of these paving events. Seriously. Unfriggin' believable. Our great tax dollars at work. This is why I always wanted a job with PennDOT. Seriously. And again, I'm not saying that it's every PennDOT worker, but there sure are a great deal of them that you see sitting around. When you drive around and you see these freaking trucks or the little pickup trucks just parked somewhere for hours, not doing anything, and they're on the friggin' clock. Why? Because there is no, and I mean absolutely no, accountability whatsoever in our state government. Just like all the people that have these cars from the state, they're state workers, they have state cars. Okay, I can see the car parked in your driveway at night, but why the hell is it on the weekend when the state government is closed, I see you using a state vehicle for personal business? Not only that, but you use a state gas card funded by our tax dollars to put fuel in these things while you do your running around to the supermarket or to Walmart. Why? Because there is no accountability. Slap GPS freaking tracking devices in these cars. They should only be used during business hours. And if it's after business hours, there better be one hell of a good explanation as to why the vehicle's being used. Not only that, but we have a whole bunch of state vehicles that they lease that never get used. They're on a standby list in case they need to be used. Really? Spending all this money on vehicles that never get used every year. Unfriggin' believable. Welcome to Pennsylvania. Unbelievable. So, here's my rant about the lovely fuel tax, which of course is going up January 1st. So a reminder to everyone, get your gas by New Year's because you'll be spending more the next freaking day and for the rest of your life for gas. Before you know it, we'll be up to $3 a gallon, and I wouldn't be a bit freaking surprised if we'll eventually get up to $3.30 or $4 a gallon in the future, the way our Yambag EPA and all these wonderful things that the Obimbo administration has put into effect, that's taking effect in 2018, that's going to affect the prices of cars, the prices of fuel, and the prices of utilities like electricity. Can't wait. And that, my friends, is all I have to say about that.